Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Fields this way up at the 17, and he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Your best friend hanging out the arm though. Got game like I'm dropping me a console. No, I don't swim, but I give up. Nah, flex. While you there looking the best, feel to get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real suck like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, but you handsome. You ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend go and put your pants on. Down. The best friend. She went and did the same thing. I'm really mad, but she won't know. Everything has gotta be cool when we living so cold. Feel it in your bones. You ain't gonna feel it till I'm gone. Caught up in your feelings, now you froze. And everything around you getting cold. The chill is in my bones. Caught up in my feelings, now I'm froze. I don't really feel it till you gone. And everything around me getting I'm gonzo. Headed where the homie live, cause it's on, yo. I was chasing 3 women like I'm Mojo Jojo, so my girl got mad and she my bro. Monica, you're wrong, though. That's against a bro code. Headed to his home, though. No, we living solo. Vertebrae, got this broken to his place. It's chin in his face, yeah. From then I say it's evidence you entertain my loyalty to infiltrate the only...
Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Dallas Cowboys and the San Francisco 49ers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
Taken from about the 12.
And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is, but to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Trey Lance hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards the pick up there, and also a 1st down. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. This defense for the Niners, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
2nd and 8 coming up. Prescott to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Niners are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular.
And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
The Niners are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
John Johnson with the INT.
And the 49ers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
6-0 our score after 1. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Dak on the option left. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw. And that was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, And I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
52 blaster.
Here's Lance. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
On play action, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. Lance finding Kittle, 1st down San Francisco. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And Lance now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown. Ray McCloud. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Prescott on 3rd and 2.
Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
This is caught inside the 15. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Shotgun now for Lance.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Now Lance again.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Lance and company going on 4th down.
Got an open man. That's Campbell. Touchdown 49ers. Harris Campbell. In the final seconds of the first half.
And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one good for 26 and a first down.
Now a play fake. Lance.
Taking a shot for Samuel.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Play action now, Prescott. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Taken from just outside the 30. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Uses the stiff arm.
Down to about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fourth down, Prescott. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Off the play fake, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Fred Warner, and the 49ers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Lance going to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And it's going to be a short field to work with after this one. It's touchdown at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Prescott to throw on 4th. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Ready.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find Gray here. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down. It's a gain of 12 on 4th. A gain of 12 on 4th and 10. Just enough for the conversion. And defensively, an opportunity slips away. So they get the conversion on 4th. And now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
White.
Lance looking to throw it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll run it with Elliott, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery. But on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Gonna take a shot for Gallup, and that's gonna be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And now here's another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On 2nd and 9, Lance. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Extra point attempt to follow here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to.
They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now Prescott on fourth down. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Down. Black shot.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They've been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. First down, Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here we go. On the ball.
And they'll go for it. Lance. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So the victory here for San Francisco. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for San Francisco, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.
no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadidi. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue. I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that we when I get to me. My check don't discriminate. Still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way. Only care about what the pay tell us say. Urge you wanna be, don't gotta whip. Rag on no petty. Let's stop talk with that on your hip. You ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. Empty the like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. For you, we not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent. Bossy predicament. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadidi. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hiding in shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. It's bun on my knife, stop trying to look. They do not cover me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it in Rex involved. I they text and calls. Just run me that. Making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on the throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on past, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadidi. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. These know ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad. Stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. When I get that daily paper, stop playing me. Pap.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size. Leather bombers and Nike Sacai's. Dangerous corners, you better pray that tomorrow arrives. Rap, Sugar Ray Robinson, nothing sweet. Y'all too out of shape to even box with me. Heavyweight, I know my way around the ring. Just like Shorty know her way around the storm. Making hits with Hit Boy, all he gotta do is hit record. Record breaking news, had to show up just to fill a void. Confused, spoiled little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hot at all that rap deep. The hood know you, so we don't borrow, believe in it. Locked in on the instrumental, I took back the key to this. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. What I'm saying, your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that in 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out. Great tits, New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way and man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. Your top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go at. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of the chains in the game? Why would I?
them daydreams. Crazy, got a boy crazy. All of these hate, no baby. Like crazy, crazy, got a boy crazy. All of these hate, no baby, no crazy. None of these crazy. Y'all got more crazy. Then I ball like Spalding. Can't call my bluff when it's my call in. Won't duck them all in. It's a brand new day, new pace like jogging. Straight facts, no jargon. It's a whole lot of big blue checks, no login. No stress, no stalling. See a whole lot of big blue gets when I ball in.
I'm going crazy, yeah. Can't date me, yeah. Look at your savings, yeah. Got 'em going crazy, yeah. Look at your savings, can't date me. I'm going crazy, yeah. Can't date me, yeah. Look at your savings, yeah. Got 'em going crazy, yeah. Look at your savings, can't date me.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something about Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans. Yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If we coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. This music don't work out. I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't try to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shopping. Can't trust him cause he know my. Cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures. Just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5 days stay, take a $250,000, hella follow. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm rare. Take off the should know, take off the Doge, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have? You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't Monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burials, cries. You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up for us? Serving up a look, dancing in a drop. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe. Can I vent out my truth? I got nothing to lose. I got problems and pools. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies attracting the fence when I'm breaking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Holla, holla. Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage. What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends when they toxic. What your life like? You gossip. What the fuck is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you, I'm like overdog. I treat you like I'm Jigga, watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic, that ain't protocol.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Fish came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, they sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest.